Okay, here's the situation. Last night we came out, put a big ass tent out on this dock here. It's about 12 by 8, it's actually about a 24 by 9 dock, and it took up most of the dock. So that thing's a monster. There it is right there, that big green bag. That's not coming on the trips anymore. We need to get a new one of those. But what we're doing is we're gonna do a little. We did a little bit of fishing, but we lost 2 hooks. We didn't have any hooks when we got here, but we got a little fishing pole. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk down the levee. We're gonna head towards Buckles, and we're gonna search along the way, fishing spots for some hooks or whatever, and just generally check out what's going on. This is the idyllic scene that we've happened upon. Very nice. Today is Labor Day 2012, so usually the waterways are really packed, but if you look behind us over here, this whole water course is nothing but tules. It's nothing but tules as far as the eye can see. They come and they go with the tide, but they all get bunched up from here on back that way. So I don't know if there's going to be much water traffic today, but you know, Labor Day is the busiest day of the year for these rivers, as far as I can remember. So what we're going to do is we're going to start our Labor Day expedition by packing everything up in our backpacks, up on top of the levee, and then making our way on up to Buckles and hopefully a little bit past on the little islands back there, and we'll see what we can see then. And this is the scene you'll get through most of the levees in California. Thousands and thousands of miles of these levees were built back in the late 1800s by Chinese migrant workers and imported slave labor. Take a look. There's trees with the roots to be able to hold in the levee, keep the dirt put where it's supposed to be, and it's just a really, really idyllic kind of scene. So follow me on the journey. We're going to go around the corner here. Well, it seems we're coming up on a pump house right here. So let's go check this out. Come on, look, it's right over there. These trees. So here's the pump house. We came by last night in the dark. Unfortunately, we don't have a light big enough for our camera and we don't have night vision capabilities. But we're working with what we got. But here's the pump house. Last night we came along here looking for fish hooks or whatever, or just for a spot to put our tent up for the night, because it's a very large tent. And there was this very huge spider on there. I ran into its web and I felt it, so luckily we got past that. It was a gnarly looking spider. Let's see if it's still over there. Come on. Well, I don't know if you can see, but it is an HD camera. This here is a spider's web. It's a big black spider, or actually a tan and striped, black striped spider about this big. I don't know if he's up in there or what. If you take a look down here, you'll see where the pump is pumping the water that's coming up, because the ground over there, pan on over there, out in the field is lower than over here. Well, you gotta keep control of that. So, what they do is they pump the excess groundwater that's leaching up from there out through here and into the river. And if the times of drought, they pump out of the river into the fields. And that's what this is about, pump house. We're gonna be here checking to get. We're gonna be looking for fish hooks, whatever, any kind of neat doodads. Just do a little bit of general exploring. It's a nice, cool spot in the shade, and the water's churning, so that's kind of giving us a little anti-convection effect to the point where it's like a nice swamp cooler, but it's not a misty kind of thing. You know, you don't get that damp feeling. But now I'm gonna take off this heavy backpack, and I'm gonna go searching around. This is an older backpack. It's a good backpack. It's got an aluminum frame. It's got waist straps and copious amount of storage. Oldie but goodie. This is the kind of backpack you want when you're going out in in a camping type or survival type situation. Alright, we're ready. You ready? Alright. This here is what we're working with. There's the discharge hose pipe. There's the discharge pipe. Alright, here's the situation. We've been here for about 15 minutes. We looked all around the bottom of the dock. We found a small bobber, a small hook, and a split shot sinker. That's a good find. That's a good find for this area. We don't want to waste too much time. It's still early in the morning. It's 5 to 10. So it's going to start getting into the hot stride of the day. What we're going to do is we're going to pack up now and go instead of hunting around for more goodies. We have a large tract of land that we have to go out into the fields in order to go around, because a lot of these levees are privately owned and there's fences over there. So we have to go out, back on the road, and then come back on with no fences. So if you want to see what I mean, I'm going to show you. I got a spider web all over me. So if you want to see, for an example of what I'm talking about, come with me and I'm going to show you the trek we're about to go make. So this is what I'm talking about. So much land is owned by everybody that we can't walk on top of the levees anymore and just go for a long stretch. You can see right there's a fence line that meanders through this field. Tell that levee does an S-turn. The levee goes this fashion, and an S-turn that way and around. That section is cut out because we're about to come up to a fence. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk along the line of this property line and then get back up on the levee where there is no trespassing signs or anything of that sort. Here's our choices. A locked gate and the levee beyond, or this dirt road that goes down and around and follows that fence line on out to way out there. Then we come back behind that white building there, up on a levee again. And this is what I'm talking about right here, string beans, the fat of the land. Nothing but bean field. And then to your right, we got corn. And then behind us, we got our destination of the levee. Come on, let's go. Well, here we are. We're back on top of the levee. We got a very nice view, as you can see here. On the other side is some kind of parking camp or wherever where people can put their RVs and they can have a nice day out on the water. Today being Labor Day, I'm not going to be surprised if it's totally packed to the walls. This is a nice, comfortable little oak tree we're underneath. We're going to rest here for a minute, and then we're going to head on down, and we're going to head on down the levee and see what we can see. We're going to do some swimming because it's going to be nice out there. And there's a couple islands down the road here, so we're down the river, so to speak. So check back on us in a few on that one. All right. Okay, here we are on the south side of the bridge that goes across from Tracy Boulevard straight across to Heimbuckles, the bar, and the store on the other side. What we're going to do is we're going to leave our backpacks here. We're going to go through this hole. We're going to go through this hole in the fence, up and around on top of the bridge. We're going to go through this hole in the fence, up around on top of the bridge, and down on the other side to where everybody goes fishing, and see if we can find some fishing hooks and stuff, and then we'll come right back over here. We'll just leave our stuff here for this time being, taking the valuables with us. Here we go! Crossing the bridge!
There's the hind buckles. Here's under the bridge. Come on down, let's see what we can find. Well, this is a nice cool respite from a hot day. Looky here, this is a good find. We got 8 hooks. So we're in the fishing business now because we got bait. So we're ready to rock and roll and head to our next spot. This was a good stop. Okay, so here we are. After walking about 5 miles up and down levees, backtracking in certain ways, we ended up on the northern side of the southernmost levee towards Tracy, which has hind buckles on it. And we're on a little island that we crossed on over to because the tide was very low in a certain spot. And in a minute here, we're about to have some hot links. We can do some fishing. We can do some swimming. So come along with us and see how it goes. Spicy hot Italian sausage on a wood fire with the river in the background. It's lunchtime, 12:30. So we're going to have lunch and then we're going to do some fishing and some swimming. All right. Garbage bags. Good for keeping things wet from being wet and good for keeping things afloat. It's going to be our flotation device. We're all in our shorts, ready to head on out to the water. It's a little bit steep right here, but we're going to go down where this tree is, and it's a little bit of clear toolies right here, so we're going to test and find out what footing is like. Then hopefully we'll be able to fish and float at the same time. Who knows? Alright, this is the way I'm going down. Come on. Now once you come over here, I want you to look at this. I want you to notice this. Out of all these grasses, there's a little tiny trail coming in. You notice right here, you see this? Some form of scat. A bunch of poop. Looks like it's been something that's been eating a lot of berries. So I would say probably a raccoon or a river otter or any of actually various different kinds of animals out here. But I'm branch will break. I got my shoes on for safety. I don't like walking around anywhere without my shoes anyway. So make sure I don't have anything in my pockets. And then we'll lower myself down into the water. Now earlier, I had taken this piece of aluminum siding pole. I dropped it into the water first, to test to see how deep it was. Therefore, I knew I only had about 2.5 feet of depth here. Water seems to be rising. It's a good thing. Now, looking around, I've got easy access to climbing up. I don't even need a rope. This is good. Why don't you go ahead and pass me on down my flotation device.
Pause.
Yeah. Well, due to an unfortunate circumstance of not having enough memory and doing too much stuff out in the white wilderness, I lost the really coolest footage I would have kept because I ran out of SD card memory. So I just wiped out the whole day to get to right here. So, well, I learned a couple things today, and this is one of them. Huh? Beautiful out there. Yeah, the long trek home.
Yep. A long day.
Headed back to Hind Buckles. Make a phone call. Get a ride.
Maybe smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, do that too. Good stuff. So now here we are at the store waiting for Grandma to come pick us up. Just ride back in town.
we'll have to put more footage on later. I'm your host, Pirate. It's been Pirate Pie Production. Good.